Well, it's 2025. Here are my top 5 picks for 2025. I'm going to get through this quickly because I've got a very busy day. But number 1, a Daytona Pikachu, the yellow gold Pikachu with the very specific black subdials, not to be mistaken for the other one that looks kind of similar with the thinner subdials. Why do I think this? It's incredibly popular, it's very hard to get, ADs don't get many of them and a lot of people want them. It's one of the only precious metal Rolex models that, well, watches in general, that is actually trading above retail. Not only just above retail, it's trading like considerably above. The Ghost is around retail, maybe slightly above, but the Pikachu is beyond. Number 2, I would say the mint green Sky Dweller on Jubilee. It doesn't really make too much of a difference, but if you are looking for, you know, resale value, if that's important to you, the Jubilee, I do prefer it on the Oyster, but if you had to pick one to make a bit of money, Jubilee mint green Sky Dweller is a good one. And then obviously you've got the GMTs, so what still does well, the Pepsi is still doing the best in terms of resale value. It's still very high. I'd actually say it's probably too high in a way. It's quite a premium at the moment, and I actually advise people to not buy it on the grey market just yet. Just because I don't want them spending too much money. You've also got the Batgirl and the Batman. I don't really need to touch on those watches that much. We all know that they're incredibly popular, and there's obviously a resale markup value if you were to buy one of those from the AD. The interesting one at number 3, I would say, is the GMT Sprite. So the left-hand drive that got released in 2022 is for left-handed wearers, so to wear on their right arm, and it's the green and black split bezel. In April in 2025, it will be 3 years since it was released, and sometimes Rolex will do short production runs, like they did with some of the OPs back in 2020 to 2023, was it? Or was it to 2024? I forget. But Rolex do short production runs, and the speculation, of course, there is that this might get discontinued. So whether it gets discontinued or not by Rolex, the hype and the talk around it leading up to April, when Rolex make their mind up of what they're going to do, the price will probably be inflated. So just be careful if you do buy one before then, but it could be a great buy if it does get discontinued. So what's that? Pikachu, Batgirl, Batman, the Sprite 4. I know I've said that I don't advise people buy it resale, but if you can get it from the AD, absolutely. The GMT Pepsi is just a no-brainer, so I'll put that at 4. And number 5, I would actually say the OP Celebration. If you can get a 41mm Oyster Perpetual Celebration, so the coloured bubble dial, that's another one that people are going to speculate, I'm sure, that might get discontinued. So there you go, top 5 picks. If you've got an AD relationship, or you want an AD relationship, which are the watches that you should ask for? These are the watches. They're very difficult to get hold of, they are. So you could also ask for a mint green Datejust on Jubilee and it's fluted. You could also ask for a black or a green sub. They might be slightly easier for you to get hold of, but I'm saying that if you could get anything, it'd be the Panda Daytona, wouldn't it? But that's a no-brainer as well. Sixth option, the Panda or the black steel Daytona. It's obvious. I think all of these are obvious, but there you go. There's no new models. Oh, the Bruce Wayne as well. The Bruce Wayne's another one. No, I'm done. They're my 6 picks, so do what you want with that information. I have a very busy week ahead. I have lots of buying and selling to be done, so I'm gonna go through a few watches right now and let you know what I've just bought. Okay, right. So I've got some watches here. Some of these I picked up in the last like 3-4 days. It's currently Jan 3rd. It's interesting because in December things started to get a little bit slower towards the end of the year, which is understandable. I think from like the 23rd, 24th to the new year, things slowed down a lot, and I was kind of like, I don't like this. This doesn't feel good. I'm used to like speaking to people every single day, and then like I check my phone and like I don't have any emails, or well, I mean I did, but it wasn't crazy like it normally is. So I was just like, yeah, I don't like this. I much prefer being absolutely manic busy, so I don't have time to think, rather than having time to twiddle my thumbs and wonder what I'm doing wrong. So anyway, I actually haven't bought this one recently. This is a Sky Dweller that I've been putting on my Instagram story to highlight the new price increase. So this watch now, if you get this in an AD, is worth, well, it costs, I think, just over £40,000. And I've sold this yesterday for £15,000 less. Actually, it was about £16,000 less. So what does that say? Well, I guess you can figure that out yourself, but I would say that AD prices are now way too high for precious metal watches. But anyway, that's sold, so I actually need to send this Sky Dweller today. I also picked up recently, oh no, I've sold this one as well. Oh God, right. This is a GMT Sprite on Oyster. So what I talked about earlier, it's interesting actually, I've got both here right now, so I'll get both of them out. I think I've sold it, I'm just waiting for the guy to pay. So, I mean, technically it's still available, I guess, but I have the Oyster here, 2024, this I think has sold, and I got delivered this one yesterday. It's a Sprite Jubilee 2024. It's an interesting one, this, because with the Pepsi GMT and the Batgirl Batman, I prefer the Jubilee, but with the Sprite, I prefer the Oyster. I don't know why. I don't know if it has anything to do with the crown being on the left-hand side, not on the right. I just don't know what it is, but I prefer the Oyster on the Sprite. Don't know if anyone agrees or disagrees with that, but it is what it is, in my opinion. So the Sprite is available, by the way. It's a full set and it's 2024, and I got that very recently. So let me know if you would like it. I also have a 2021 sub no date. Now this is unworn and it's full set, and this is very, very, I don't like using the word cheap because it makes the watch probably seem like something it isn't. I don't think watches are cheap in general. I don't think they look cheap either, so I don't want to say cheap. It's at a very, very good and low price. This is £8,750, £8,750 for a sub. I think that's a really good deal. It's the 41mm, so it's the new reference, and yeah, it's a really good example unworn. So let me know on that one as well. And then another one, oh, I got an Air King as well. I don't have it here with me. I bought an Air King last week. It's a 2020 full set, and it's in excellent condition, and it's £5,500. And I made a video on my Instagram about it being like one of the best cheap Rolex watches that's out there, and I think it's a cool watch. So I've got an Air King as well. And also, and to be fair, another low priced watch is the navy blue Oyster Perpetual. I also think this is priced really, really well, and this is a 2024. Okay, so yeah, another one that is unworn, and this is the 41mm. So this will be going on my website, and this will be for sale as well. Today I have lots of running around to do, so I'll bring you with me, and yeah, let's go get some deals done. While I was getting ready to go out, I managed to sell a couple of two-tone watches. So I have sold a Bluesy 2021 and also a two-tone Daytona Black Dial 2022. So a customer has just bought both of these, obviously likes yellow, gold and steel two-tone watches, so 2 more for the month. 3 days in, that is now 10 watches sold, so it's it's a very good start to the new year. I think I need to buy 3 watches, 4 watches I need to go pick up right now. So when I get them, when I buy them, I will show you all of them. So I'm on the way to meet a client now. I've got appointments at 12:30, 1 o'clock, and then 2, and then 2:30 or 3. So the first watch I'm buying off a client is a Submariner Date 2024, one of the watches that I talked about quite a lot last year because I bought so many of them. So we're starting off 2025 the same way I ended 2024. So I've got another 2024 sub date if anyone's interested, and then after that I'm collecting 2 watches from a guy, a GMT Master 2 Batman 2022 and a Submariner No Date 2018, so a little bit older for the sub, but that means it'll be lower on price, I'm sure of it.
And the other one that I need to buy at like 230 is an older, I don't know if it's vintage. I mean, technically it probably is at this point, but it's a 2009 Explorer 2. So I will show you that when I have it.
I've bought one very big box Rolex, which, if you know, you know, it's a full precious metal watch, and it's a very nice one. I think all Rolexes are nice. I probably need to be a bit more descriptive than saying that. I guess, if you don't know, normal steel Rolexes will come in a medium-sized box, which is this size. You'll then get one in between these two. This is an extra large. You'll get a large box, so for like a James Cameron or a gold sub as well. But for certain precious metal watches, you'll get this enormous extra large box, which is very, very nice. It's almost like a jewellery box as well. So here's the first watch that I bought in 2025, and I would never have expected it to be a watch like this, but hey ho. It's a rose gold day date, and it's the new release ombre. It's a slate ombre dial. This is just a Roman numeral dial, but it's the RBR, so it's got the diamonds around the bezel. And yes, I know this is not a watch for everybody. You know, it's a kind of watch that might require an acquired taste. I get that, but it is what it is. And I think if you can appreciate watches and what watches are, actually, if you saw this in person, you'd kind of get it. I think I understand from pictures and videos it might not look, or it might not do the watch justice, but yeah, trust me, it does look pretty good. So this has been bought. I have a client in mind for this. If you are interested, you can always get in touch, but I do have somebody in mind for that. I'll probably see you later today.